Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. If you're new here, I would really like if you hit the subscribe button, and if this video was encouraging to you, you also hit the like. That would help me. And it would also just help to maybe encourage other Christian singles who are out there. My goal is really to build a loving community here where we can just grow together and hope in the Lord. Today I wanted to do, I guess, a little bit more lighthearted of a video. I feel like my videos have been super kind of in-depth and maybe more emotional. So today I wanted to put a video out there for you, and hopefully it just encourages you to kind of get educated a little bit. And this video is mainly for the guys, but also if you're a girl and know someone who could benefit from watching this video, shoot it on over to them. So what I wanted to talk about today was dating apps, and not necessarily like which one you should be on, but really how to communicate on a dating app. I just yesterday, in fact, joined the dating app Upward. I've tried Hinge before and POF and also Tinder. So I wanted to discuss the dating app Upward. I'm not sponsored at all. If they want to, like, shoot me a message. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about with Upward is it's really cool to see that there is a dating app out there for Christians to try to connect with each other. I think that's really awesome. But one thing that I've noticed with dating apps is there's a lot of people who do not communicate well. And I don't know if it's just because they've been burned in the past or they've been ghosted or really what the case may be. But this video is for men. I want to first encourage you, if you are thinking about getting on a dating app, I would encourage you to really make it clear what your intentions are. If you're a Christian, to put that on there, whatever dating app that you're there for, because I think if you don't make your intentions clear initially, you can maybe get the wrong people who are wanting to try to date you. So that really goes for girls or guys. But also with dating for men on a dating app, I think it's important that you pursue. Just biblically, I think that is a thing where it's just a call for the man, and especially where we are in a state of lockdowns, I think it's especially more frustrating for singles because you're not able to go out and maybe meet people as easily as you were before 2019, 2020. I guess it's 2020 when all hell broke loose. So I just want to encourage you, like, now is a time where a lot of people are going online to meet someone, and so it kind of gives you an opportunity maybe to meet someone that you haven't really even known about before. So that is kind of a cool thing about dating apps. But so number one is intentionally pursue after you have clearly defined who you are and what you're after. I think there's too many guys, and I'm just going to use my own things that have happened to me. If you are a female and you've had different circumstances or things happen to you, you can totally put it in the comments, but this is just from my own observations. And but what I've noticed on dating apps is guys will just message me like, hey, or hello, which to me is like, you're really not interested. I think if you are really trying to communicate to someone and be intentional about pursuing them, you need to put something in the comment like, oh, hey, I noticed you're into this, or oh, I really like your smile. It doesn't have to come out as creepy or too forward. But I think in good communication, you have to like start something so that you can invest in that relationship. And I think it's kind of frustrating too when you're on a dating app because it's a complete stranger. You are kind of putting yourself out there to someone who may not even respond, because I think there's kind of a fine line there, because you don't want to like pour your heart out to someone in your first message. But you also don't want to just say hey either. There's kind of like a fine line there. That's why I say like maybe just do one sentence like, hey, I see you're into this, or you know, just compliment something that you noticed about her appearance, or say, hey, I'm into this too. I think that would go a long way into continuing a conversation with someone that you're interested in. So my next point would be when she responds to your message, even if you put out a hey, which don't do that. Girls don't like that. So once they respond to your initial message and she asks you a question back, to continue a conversation with someone, it is important to continue to ask questions. I cannot say how many times I have started a conversation with someone online dating, and they just don't ask questions. Like, they're willing to answer questions, but they're not willing to ask questions. And once again, I think that's like a drop in the ability to communicate, which I think dating apps are a real revealer of people's skills of communication. So that's why I am on here trying to help you guys out. And I think it's important to ask someone questions. That's how you are able to engage with someone. That's how you're able to find out about who they are. So really, if you feel like you're not good at communicating, if you're feeling like you're not good at asking questions, take some time to write out questions on a notebook or on your phone, so that way you have pre-questions to ask someone. This is really going to help engage in conversation. And I know it could be frustrating, like if you've been ghosted in the past, or if you felt like you have been intentional with someone. And that's really like the risk you take on dating apps. Like, I don't know any other way to say it. I'm just gonna be blunt, because on dating apps, people can be really rude because they're not in front of you in person. So I just want to encourage you to know that there's still good people on dating apps. I know people who have married their spouse through meeting them on a dating app. So that's why I wanted to tell you, like, don't get discouraged if you run into some really just rude people, or people who blow you off, or people who are unintentional, or just out of the blue stop talking to you and you don't know why. Don't let that discourage you. Just pray about it and ask God to like help you forgive those people, and also to just press on and press forward to pursuing someone, because I think we can let like a bad experience of a dating app just ruin maybe the likelihood of meeting someone who isn't terrible. So I just want to like throw that out there. So the next point I want to throw out there for guys is, after you have been talking with someone, communicating clearly, asking good questions, I think it's important to then try to either meet that person or do a FaceTime. I think it's really dead in the water to try to communicate over a dating app for longer than a week's time. At that point, it's like, okay, are you actually going to be intentional to try to get to know this person better? Are you just going to keep them in like dating app jail? Like, I don't know what else to call it, but I get really irritated if a guy is talking to me through a dating app for like longer than 5 days without trying to like at least video chat with me or meet me in person. And I might just be a little bit more assertive than most, but I am definitely looking for someone who is going to put forth the effort and try to meet up, or at least try to do a FaceTime, so that way you can actually communicate with someone. If you are new to dating apps, I'm going to throw this out there as well. It is very important that you FaceTime someone before you meet them in person, because someone may be a certain way through texting or messaging, and then when you talk to them in person, they're just completely opposite of who they were messaging. So I think it's wise to FaceTime them or Google Duo or whatever form of like face-to-face interaction you want to try. I think it's wise to do that, girl or guy, just to see like, is this a person who I could communicate really well with in person? That's just like a side trail that I got off on. So once you've cleared all of those bases, now you are meeting this girl in person. So this is the next step I think is extremely wise. If someone has passed the FaceTime, I think it's extremely wise to meet someone over coffee in a public area. I think that's more like a safety concern for women, but as a guy, I think it's important to look after a female's safety, and so she feels more comfortable meeting in a public area where there's other people around, which again is a little bit harder in a COVID situation. So I just want to encourage you, like, get creative there, but you want her to feel comfortable and safe. So I would recommend meeting for coffee, and this reasoning behind this is, if you go out to dinner, take her out to dinner the first time, you may be stuck there and just wishing you could get out of it. So I speak from experience there. I just tell guys, like, let's meet for coffee the first time, and I think that really helps, like, kind of take the tension off of taking someone out to dinner, where to go out to eat. Like, you can just actually talk to someone and not feel the pressure of like having to stay there if it's really going terrible. And I want to encourage you to really take the time to ask questions when you're over coffee, like, and actually listen before you talk. Okay, so let me back this up, back up, rewind. This is like communication class today. Guys, when you ask a girl a question and she tells you the answer, before just coming up with, yeah, I'm into that too, like, try to repeat back what she just said, or try to ask, like, how does that make you feel? Or what did you think about that? I think sometimes we can just try to relate every topic back to ourselves, and that's a really unhealthy form of communication. When you are really truly trying to get to know someone, it's important that when you ask them a question, you're really trying to clearly know, like, what is it that this person is saying. So that's why it's good to ask them how they feel, or to repeat what they said back to them. This will really help you into dating, like when you're actually getting to know someone. So those were just kind of like a layout step for you guys if you're getting into a dating app. Those are like some quick tips for you. And I'm actually going to do another video for the ladies, so you are not going to get left out on this dating app tips video. So if you have any stories that you would like to share in the comments, go right ahead. I will try to answer your questions in the next video, guys. So if you want to like leave questions for the girls side, I think that'd be really cool. anyways, thanks for watching. I hope this encourages you to not give up, that there's still good people out there. Also, dating app isn't the only way to meet someone. I want to like make that very clear. I just wanted to give some tips to you guys to feel a little bit more confident as you're on those dating apps and not to get discouraged in pursuing, because there is a good girl out there who is praying that a guy will pursue her. So just don't give up just because you ran into a lot of bad scenarios, whether it's a dating app or real life, because your wife is out there somewhere praying for you to pursue her. So I just want to encourage you with that, to be strong, to be courageous, to let the Lord be your strength to pursue someone. And so I just pray that this video blesses you, that it encourages you, and next week, get excited for the ladies. All right, have a good day.